EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
11. Gun.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Let's go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Blue 80. Blue 80. 12. Hey, straight out, straight out. Gun, gun, gun.
Here's Ryan to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Fielded at about the 28. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. On to tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Wait. 12. Gun, gun. Ready. Ready, Blue 80. Blue 80, gun.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
21. Hey, south.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
12.
Ryan will throw again. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. He's at the 30, 10, for touchdown, L.A. Gordon, 60 yards. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble, as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So out come the Falcons now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Ryan rolling to his right. He goes underneath to Freeman. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
20. Gun. On. Wait. Hey, South.
Throwing again, Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A first down throw here for Rivers. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep, and this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 41 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Hurry up!
Rivers now on 2nd down. Hunter Henry brings it in. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him.
Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The tight end Gates, the intended target.
Back 25! 21! Right!
After the interception, here's Ryan. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Muscling free near the 40. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Self! Ready, blue 80! Hey, gun! Get up!
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Sitting with a grab over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go!
On 2nd down, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Hey, express! Left!
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Ryan. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Gun! Left! Get up!
On 3rd down, Ryan. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
What a great play and tackle. As a strong safety, you know what you're taught? That you are a hybrid player. You've got to be able to play the pass back deep, but especially the run up close, almost like a linebacker. And on that play, he took care of every responsibility.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Brooks Reed in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Here's Donnie Jones now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken inside his own 40. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, That's a big day.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now it's Ryan. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not two. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Freeman unable to get free here on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Donnie Jones now. He's been terrific so far. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Give them an even 20 yards there on the pickup as a fake punt fooled everybody. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Rivers here to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on now, let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go. Working from the gun, Wentz. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he will push forward and pick up the first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now this time, Wentz will throw. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
81. Black.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Bruce Carter with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Ryan. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hey, Tuesday.
Now Ryan on second down. He completes it to Julio Jones. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 83 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. 6-5-2.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a play fake. Wentz. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this 1st quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Wentz again. eluding the pressure right. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. And it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game, 1st and 15. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Big hold of the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, Freeman. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
On second down, here's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And that is going to be incomplete. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Wentz now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. And he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
You're going 47, 47.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
You go 46.
First down, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 1st down, Ryan. His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan looking deep for Julio. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now it's Ryan. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe-Awuzie with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. they're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards that time for number 19. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Flushed out right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try to throw it back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating, because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And a nice gain at 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because a strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Following the interception, here's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Prescott being chased out left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
46.
To throw is Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Throw right side caught by Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Gun! Hey, let's go!
On 2nd down, Ryan. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. It's caught. Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Our first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Gun!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
20, 20. Get ready. Get up. 20, 20. Hey, Rick Lance.
Throwing again. Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that's Elliott, complete. 23 yards on the play. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
46. 26.
Final play of the half. Prescott. Room to run inside the 40. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And finally taken down at the 34. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down, here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Anthony Brown. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing. Prescott steps away to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Bruce Carter with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They go play action here on first down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On second down, Elliott. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Prescott. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Brooks Reed coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. A give to Elliott. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Flushed out right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Back now in Arlington. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. From the shotgun, Ryan eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him a gain of 38.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
The left side completion to Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Ryan. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. A give to Elliott running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Here's Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Flush to his right. This one caught by Ridley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
21.
Throwing now is Ryan. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. A handoff left to Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Well, Prescott here to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
21. Hey, South. Ready. Gun. Hey, wait.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Here's Ryan to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 28 yards. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, going into the final.